COVID-19 can be characterized as a pandemic.
We declared a public health emergency and issued the highest level of travel warning on other countries as the virus spread its horrible infection.
It's been 2 years of the COVID pandemic, and still, deaths are rising. Right now, nearly 470,093,780 positive cases have been reported worldwide, whereas in the US, the infected cases were 81,404,135, which seems to be less than from previous years. In fact, people are back to their everyday lives. However, this present situation can be chaotic if people don't get early immunization. And yes, in this case, apart from other pharmaceuticals, Pfizer did a tremendous job to save countless lives from the devastation. So, how does this pharma giant win this vaccine race? During a pandemic, our busy life stopped moving for a time being. However, at that moment, some dedicated scientists begin to investigate the nature of this deadly COVID virus, which gave the idea to promising pharma companies for producing antidotes to save a life. The race of vaccine production does not stick to only Americans. Countries like the UK, Germany, China, India, and Russia are jumped into this unpredictable vaccine race, where no one knows what's going to happen. Moreover, within a year of the pandemic, New York-based big pharma company Pfizer made history by creating the first life-saving COVID vaccine, which FDA approved for emergency authorization. Like you, people over this planet have already seen this news many times. But do you know within a short time how this vaccine gets FDA approvals? Because to get final authorized, any kind of vaccine or drug needs to undergo a much sophisticated procedure and trial. That means for sure, Pfizer did some magic or cast a spell over the FDA, right? Surprisingly, the truth is, instead of doing magic, Pfizer used mRNA technology to make this groundbreaking vaccine. Yes, from our science class, we already know a little bit about it. Producing mRNA vaccines is actually not a new concept at all. In fact, this was practiced for several decades before COVID-19 even came to light. But every time, scientists lose their hope due to the unstable nature of mRNA and the expensive manufacturing process of this vaccine. Just as expected, when scientists pack up all their recipe books for these mRNA vaccine, then on one day of April 2020, Pfizer partnered with little-known Germany biotech company, BioNTech, to begin developing a COVID-19 vaccine. With the blessing of genetic technology, these two companies succeeded in producing synthetic messenger RNA that directs protein production in cells throughout our body, which will trigger an immune response against viruses. From then, the story of Pfizer continued to sail everywhere. After receiving the positive output from a phase 3 clinical trial, on a fine day of December 2nd, 2020, Pfizer and BioNTech received the world's first temporary authorization in the UK for their coronavirus vaccine, BNT162b2, and get FDA approval in August 2021. After getting approval from the FDA and UK, the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine was used in 158 countries worldwide. According to data in the United States, a total of 558 million doses have been given so far, whereas among all these numbers, almost 329 million Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccine doses have been administered. Although, in the European Union, it was 598.15 million, which was way more than other vaccines. During this vaccine distribution, strategic action was taken by global organizations like WHO, which actually helped Pfizer vaccine to get more access publicly, where WHO Strategic Advisory Group of Experts on Immunization, SAGE, has issued interim recommendations for the use of Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine against this deadly COVID-19. Besides that, associations like the People's Vaccine Alliance, which has 80 members, including the African Alliance, Global Justice, NOW, Oxfam, and UNAIDS, played a significant role in the distribution of Pfizer vaccine globally. Moreover, the most surprising fact is that all these corrective distributions were done by Pfizer's very own 24/7 control tower, monitoring and tracking. This is all about Pfizer's side. On the administration side, who else doesn't remember officials with Operation Warp Speed, where former President Trump's administrations paid multi-billion-dollar by collaborating with renowned organizations like the National Institutes of Health, NIH, and CDC to develop, manufacture, and distribute COVID-19 vaccine in record time. Moreover, as a coin has two sides, there was also a two-faced story placed on the discussion table too. According to a report of Fortune, Pfizer didn't receive any funding from this Operation Warp Speed for the development, clinical trial, and manufacturing of the vaccine. Rather, its partner, BioNTech, has been able to raise funding from the German government, where Berlin gave this German biotech company $445 million in an agreement so that vaccine production can be accelerated effectively. Yes, from the general people's side, it's way more a complex topic to think about. So far, this vaccine has been able to raise $800 million in R&D funding throughout the world. And the reason behind all this support actually comes from the great political deals between Pfizer and other countries. An example can be Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's hopeful statement regarding the Pfizer vaccine, where he called Bourla the chief executive of Pfizer 30 times. Besides the Israeli Prime Minister, global leaders have pleaded with Bourla for this life-saving vaccine order, even in some cases hoping that it might rescue precious political careers. And once for all, Pfizer becomes the world hero to distribute all its vaccines to save countless lives all along. After hearing all this, you might be thinking, why are we all up Pfizer's story? There are other vaccines that actually contribute to this vaccine race too. Even Moderna, who is the first US company, bought a vaccine which is also targeted mRNA technology. So, what makes Pfizer so special among the rest? Yes, on the basis of the contribution, we cannot compare all these vaccines in one line. So far, we have seen different vaccines worldwide, but according to the report, Pfizer serves a 95% efficiency rate in terms of phase 3 clinical trials, whereas Moderna serves 94.1%, AstraZeneca 76%, Novavax 90.4%, and J&J only for 66.9%. In all of these cases, the higher number of people are taking part in BioNTech, Pfizer vaccine trial where the lowest one is served in Sinovac. And if you think this percentage can be somewhat negligible, then hold on a sec. There are reported blood clotting cases that have been seen in people who have received Johnson & Johnson vaccine. Even after this incident, the US government paused the administration of this vaccine. Besides this, uncommon issues like allergic reaction, Guillain-Barré syndrome, and spinal cord inflammation can be seen in people who took AstraZeneca. However, Moderna has some beneficial effects regarding efficacy, but due to shipment delays and production issues, Moderna faces more challenges to fulfilling the public demand. And all these issues actually responsible for Pfizer gaining trust worldwide, where according to a report, this drug maker makes $37 billion in vaccine sales worldwide. Yes, it's way more than you have ever imagined. Since COVID-19 vaccine distribution began in the US on December 4th, 2020, complete vaccination is seen in 65.3% of the total US population. But in the early days, getting vaccinated was not the easiest option for Americans. Even due to growing misconceptions, in one survey, 49% of Americans said they probably would not get vaccinated. However, to fill up this misconception a little, Pfizer, BioNTech, and an alliance of healthcare associations launched an innovative campaign named Because of This to inspire confidence in the COVID-19 vaccine, where they made ads that focus on taglines like "Science can make it possible, only you can make it real." The ads direct viewers to seek more information about COVID-19 vaccination at sciencepossible.com, which directly links to CDC and WHO. Besides that, who doesn't remember Pfizer and National Geographic documentary, which covered the inside story of Pfizer COVID vaccine production? In addition, if you think after developing the COVID vaccine, Pfizer stops moving, then sorry to surprise you. This pharma titan continues its partnership with BioNTech, to develop a new shingles vaccine, as 1 in 3 people in the United States suffers this condition during their lifetime. Apart from this new vaccine, after a nearly COVID outbreak in China, Pfizer is looking for FDA authorization for the 4th COVID-19 vaccine doses for people 65 and above. Thus, we can hope that if this 100-year-old pharma giant continues to boom like this, then near future people are going to find their real superhero who saves all lives.
Thanks for watching our video. For more healthy experiences, subscribe to our channel and keep yourself updated by pressing the bell icon.